Yo, what's happening, boys and girls? How the devil are we? Shanksy here, and welcome to my roster reviews, where we review yours. Well, maybe not yours, but somebody's roster that's got in touch on the Discord and asked for it, and check it out. We get to see what they're working on, how many days played, how much spent, total collection power, and having a look at their teams. Now, we try and do these reviews as a community, so if you see anything in there that you'd be working on personally, make sure you leave them down below, because the more comments down below, the more it helps out for the person's roster getting reviewed, and the more it helps out for just as a community checking it out and seeing where they stand, what they're working on, and where their roster matches up with how many days played, how much spent, and all that type of good stuff. So the more people that leave advice down below, it really, really does help out. Hell, you might even disagree with me. That's cool. Leave it down below. I'm intrigued to see it. Let's grow as a community together. Now, if you're interested in getting your roster reviewed, you can join the Discord. The link is down below. Send me a message. There is a small charge for the service, and there are 3 different types, whether it be done within a week, 24 hours, or whether we have a Discord call afterwards and we go through your war teams. All of that stuff is in my Discord if you are interested in getting that done. And basically, the money that we raise from it helps go towards the channel and make more content for Strike Force. So it's like a revolving circle, you know what I'm saying? But enough of me flapping me gums. Let's get straight into it, boys and girls. Yo, what's going on, boys and girls? How the devil are we? Today's roster, we are going to be checking out Paddy3883, and he has been playing for 544 days. In that time, he spent about $350 and amassed a total collection power of 4.2 million. His strongest team power is 358k. War MVP for that Gold Arena 2, Gold Alliance 2, I might say, has been 6 times. Total characters collected 129, 60 of them are at max rank. All-time arena rank is 36, latest arena rank is 67, with his latest blitz rank 10,050. But wow, check that number out right down there, guys. He has got 15,770 blitz wins. Paddy goes in hard. Holy moly. Right, what we are going to do, as always, guys, is check out the top of the roster, go through the whole thing, see who's favorited, etc. Then check out the saved squads, and we will see if there's any improvements or anything that I would personally focus on. But what I want to know from you guys down in the comments below is what you would focus on as well. So it's a community review, baby. Let's get into it. Right, so top of the shop favorited, we have got the beautiful Hella at level 70, 50k. Shuri at 46k, aim security at 34, Hydra Rifle Trooper at 24, Hydra Scientist at 24, Hydra Sniper at 24, Symbiote Spider-Man at 22, Mr. Sinister at 21, Red Skull at 21, and Hydra Armored Guard at 19. So as far as the Hydra guys go, pretty much the right ones have been favorited there. Rifle Trooper, Scientist, Armored Guard, Sniper, and Red Skull make up that ridiculous War Defense Red Skull team. Now, the main one that's been left off is Grenada, obviously, and I've even got really, really high red stars on my Grenada, and I've even left him off the team. He just doesn't seem to give the synergy the other guys do. So you've definitely got the right guys favorited there. Shuri, obviously part of that Holy Trinity for Ultima 7. So it's Hella. Hella can actually do really good things in U7 at the moment. So well worth farming. Plus she unlocks Black Bolt later on down the line as well. Now, Symbiote Spider-Man, I haven't got favorited, nor have I got Mr. Sinister. What I will say is obviously we've got another line of favorites down below, and maybe you're spreading yourself a little bit too thin, because we've got Strife in there at 18, Proxima in there at 18, Toad, Yo-Yo, Blob, Crystal, Karnak, all favorited. Now, Crystal, Karnak, Blob, Toad, not farmable at the moment, nor is Proxima, nor is Yo-Yo. Now, if I was to focus on one of these guys that are farmable at the moment, I would definitely be focusing on your top 2, which is Hella and Troy. Without a shadow of a doubt, I'd be putting a lot into them. Now, as far as Ultima 7 goes, and if you're planning on getting Black Bolt on the next run through, I would definitely be focusing on Yo-Yo. Even if she's on low stars, gearing her up, she is an absolute beast in U7. With or without Black Bolt, I might add, guys. With or without Black Bolt, she is actually still really, really good in U7. The reason for that is that offense down. That offense down every time they take a go. She's got such a big chance of applying offense down. It's absolutely huge. So I really, 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 really like Yo-Yo in there. And obviously then with Black Bolt, she just becomes awesome. Like, awesome. So Toad and Blob are in there as well. They're both favourite. Now, I really like the idea of Toad and Blob. I've not personally worked on them, but I like the idea. The only thing I would say is try and work out what team you want to work on. So whether it be Hydra, whether it be for War, whether it be AIM even for War, because obviously that's 6-star for security. Or are we going down the Ultima 7 Dark Dimension 3 route? And if so, then I would be focusing on Hela, Shuri and Yo-Yo out of those guys that you've got favorited at the moment. The other ones I would be focusing if War was my main focus at this point. So Hela, Shuri, Yo-Yo, ones that I would definitely be showing a hell of a lot of love to right now. But right, let's go top of the shop. We have got Phoenix in there at 80k. We've got Iron Fist at 75. Scientist Supreme at 70. Now, I've got to be honest, I would probably be farming Scientist Supreme every single day as well. With 6 red stars on her, taking her up to the 7th. It just makes sense in my mind. I would definitely be chucking, I think it's 100 energy you can chuck at her a day to be farming her shards out. Luke Cage in there at 69. We've got Ultron at 63. Rocket Raccoon at 63. Jessica Jones at 61. Punisher at 61. Now, it looks to me that you are actually taking that Defenders team up to Gear Tier 14. So it looks like Iron Fist is already there. Phoenix is already there. Luke Cage is already there. Punisher's super close. Holy moly. Shield Trooper as well. I like your style on Shield Trooper. Now, there's a lot of people out there go, Shield Trooper's a waste of mats. You know what? He is a waste of orange mats. I totally agree with you. But he doesn't require those mini uniques. And getting into Dark Dimension 3 sooner rather than later makes sense to me personally. I don't know about you guys. I know there's a great deal of like, I don't know if you should do that one or do that one or do that one. It's those mini uniques that are the big block, guys. I can get orange gear for fun. Like we can farm out orange gear. We've got so many different raids for orange gear now. We've got a lot of stuff that we can do orange gear. So I personally think Shield Trooper is the right call, personally, to literally just get in there as soon as possible without those mini uniques being that big stumbling block. Because that is the gate, right? Let's make no bones about it. The gate to Dark Dimension 3 is those mini uniques, and Shield Trooper doesn't require them. So that's my argument for him. Are there better tunes out there? Of course there is. Of course there are. Still, doesn't change the fact that he's easier to farm up. Just saying. So I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Drax at 56k. So who else we got up here? We've got Ultron, Rocket Raccoon, Jessica Jones, Punisher at 61, Minerva at 60, Star-Lord at 59, Thanos at 59, Shield Trooper at 58, and Drax at 56, pretty much 57. Going on down, we've got Nick Fury at 55, Daredevil at 53, Pyro at 51, Captain Marvel at 51, Deadpool at 50, Sabretooth, Black Panther, Mantis, America Chavez, and Gamora between 50 and 47. Moving on down slightly to AIM Shield Security at 46, Magneto at 45, Shield Medic at 45, Groot at 44, Sif at 43, Loki, Mystique, Rescue, Juggernaut and Wolverine between 43 and 41. So they're all quite close together. We're not seeing big jumps between the lines. Everyone is fairly close together at this point. Now, they're all decent levels as well. It's what I like to see. We're not pushing the boat out there between 60s and 70s. A lot of 65s, a lot of 66s. I like this type of, you guys know I like the way that we level them up. 65, 70, 71, 75. You know, depending on what type of gear you're taking them to, what gear tier you're taking them to. Slow and steady increments can make the whole team grow a lot quicker. Wolverine there at 41. So then we've got Kree Noble at 41. That is a big old Kree Noble at 6 red stars. I'd love to see her in action. Colossus at 39, Miss Marvel at 39, Storm at 38, Ant-Man at 38, Falcon at 37. Now, Falcon is one of my personal favourites. Yes, I've got 7 red stars on him, but I've been using him for a long time, well before the 7 red. And for Dark Dimension 3, I don't think he's going to be a big player. For Ultima 7, he's a big player. Tech Wing is still a great team. It lacks a bit of damage, but they are a very good team. That speed up, the utility that Falcon provides with that extra damage, I do like Falcon quite a bit. Invisible Woman there at 37, Thor at 37, Vision at 37, and then Hand Sentry at 36. Moving on down slightly, Scarlet Witch at 36, Coulson, Psylocke, Nobu, and Mordo all between 36 and 35. Elektra, that's a big Elektra, man. Obviously with the Hand event actually coming around more often now, with the Hand event having that cadence where it's going to be every month, Hand is actually going to be someone that's worth making sure you can just 7-star them, just enough power to 3-star the last node, and then just auto it every month it comes around. So Hand is actually one at the moment, guys. If you're watching this at home, Hand is one to think about now that we've got a guaranteed cadence for it, a guaranteed setting for it that's going to be every month. Smash it out. Heimdall there at 34, Bullseye at 34, Cable at 33, War Machine at 33. And then we move down to Crossbones at 32, Ronan at 31, Korath at 31, Graviton at 31, Nopula, can't stand that, I really can't. There at 30, Vulture at 55, 30k, Quake at level 62, 30k, Night Nurse, oh baby, there's a big Night Nurse, no more, no, stop it, no more in the Night Nurse, Paddy. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Green Goblin there at 30, Hulk at 29. Night Nurse used to be amazing, right? Night Nurse used to be the healer. That was a very long time ago. Then we move down from Hulk to Captain America at 29, Spider-Man at 29, Yondu, the OG at 28, Hand Assassin at 28, Kingpin at 28, Wasp, Miles Morales, Ravager, Boomer, Kree Reaper, Merc Lieutenant, all between 28s and 27s. We move slightly down, then we got Rhino, Cyclops, Kree Royal Guard, Shield Operative, and Iron Man. It's pretty much all at 27. AIM Infector, Shield Assault, Black Widow, Merc Riot Guard, and a Okoye. Now, one thing I will say, I've never been a massive fan of the Wakandans, but one thing that I will say, with the extra events that have been promised to us every month, every single month, starting with the Wakandan ones, then we're going to have the Hand one, then we're going to have the Merc one. These are squads now that are seriously worth getting together. Seriously worth getting together. We know we've got an event for them every single month. The City one, on the other hand, for the big materials, the big ability mats, are only going to be coming around once every 8 weeks. So that is something to keep an eye on. But the ones that are going to be coming around every month are seriously worth having a little look at. So maybe worth re-favoriting Okoye and getting her up just up to 7 stars, and then seeing how the first power curve hits, and then seeing what type of power level you need for her. So Okoye there at 22. Then we move down to Human Torch at 22. Big 5 red stars on Human Torch. Holy moly! In war offense, he's going to be a truck, man. He's going to be an absolute beast. I know you're not particularly focusing on war offense, and I know it's more about Dark Dimension, but if you are looking to get a really solid war offense team, Fantastic Four are spicy. Doctor Strange at 22, Hawkeye at 21, Elsa Bloodstone at 21, Ghost Rider at 20, Kree Cyborg at 20, Merc Soldier, Venom, AIM Assault, Kree Oracle, and then we move further down the line, Mysterio, Merc Sniper, Shocker, Carnage, Blade Master, Killmonger, The Thing, AIM Researcher, Ultimus, and Baku, all between 20 and 14s. Now, one thing that I will notice then is a lot of the work have been going into the older teams, you know, with the big defenders, even pushing up Hydra a little bit, like now. But a lot of the newer teams have been a little bit pushed to one side, Paddy. And there are teams down there that are really good. Now, I know they're not farmable, but Fantastic Four are now farmable. You know, Fantastic Four are now farmable. They're definitely worth the love, without a shadow of a doubt. Maybe not as much as like Supernatural. Supernatural aren't farmable at this point in time, but a real solid team. So it's all about trying to work out what team you want to work on, right? And taking, say, someone like the Defenders so far, I don't know if that's the right call personally. I really don't. Like, I like the Defenders, but I feel like they've had their day, and some of those resources could be spent better off on other teams. For example, as Guardians are looking pretty good on this roster, but Fantastic Four and Supernatural have been heavily neglected. So maybe trying to spread the love a little bit, which is obviously tough to do when you're going for Dark Dimension. It's a real juggling act at the moment with Dark Dimension 3 looming over most of our heads. Then we go down from M'Baku. We got Stitcher, Monstrosity, Bruiser, Namor, Hydra Grenadier. Even with big 5 red stars, he's not worth farming. Mr. Fantastic, Winter Soldier, Hand Sorceress, and Archer. That is the roster, guys. So obviously we're missing Black Bolt. Now, I think you're ready for Black Bolt, if I'm not mistaken. We'll have a look through the save squads and whatnot, but Black Bolt's going to be a real big increase. He's an absolute beast. So, let's have a little look at the save squads and see what we can see. Top of the shop, absolutely no surprises there are the defenders. We knew they were going to be absolutely huge. They're coming in at 322k power with really big Iron Fist in there, really big Luke Cage. Punisher's getting there at 61k, 53k there on Daredevil, and 61k on JJ. Now, personally, I prefer to have the blasters higher than the rest of the guys, but obviously with going for Dark Dimension, that is going to throw a few teams out at the moment, so I totally understand where it's going for. As far as positioning goes, absolutely nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Then we go down to, it's like a Guardians, it's like a BKT team in a way, but without the Kree. So we've got Rocket Raccoon, we've got Ultimus in there, we've got Star-Lord, Minerva, and Drax. Now, one thing I would say is move Star-Lord over to where Ultimus is, so Star-Lord can feed in Rocket Raccoon that energy every time. You're going to hit rockets out more often, and that's just going to allow even more damage to be output. So moving him over is a real solid choice. All depends where you've got your Thanos as well. I might even reshape that team entirely. The reason for that is such a good team anyway. The Guardians, BKT, all those type of spin-offs are a really good blitz team anyway. And Ultimus is almost good enough to carry a team through regardless. So I might look to break that team up if I were you. We'll have a little look down the line. But that is definitely a team that will win a lot of the time, but has got some question marks over it due to just how good Ultimus is anyway, and you can put him with other toons and he can carry them through for a blitz win type thing. Then we move down and we've got, there we go, we've actually got another Guardians team using a lot of the same guys again, and again we're going to want Star-Lord next to Rocket always. Star-Lord goes next to Rocket, just hand in hand, goes next to Rocket. And that way he's always going to be feeding in that extra energy over to Rocket Raccoon. Really helps out. Now on this one we've got Shield Trooper, Coulson, Nick Fury, Shield Security and Shield Medic. One thing I would say is probably moving over Trooper 1 and putting him next to Shield Security so Trooper can start blitzing in. Now I really like Assault on this team. I really like Assault for the extra crit damage, but I would definitely have Trooper next to Security. The second any one of them drop below, I think it's 60% health, all of a sudden Shield Security is going to get his taunt up. Trooper's going to be able to attack each and every one person that attacks him. It just makes more sense for a little bit more damage output, moving him over one in place of Fury. Right, let's have a little look. Then we go down to the Hero Brawlers. I'm a huge fan of this team, I really am. 236k power. Absolutely no problems there whatsoever. We've got Gamora on there. We've got Deadpool, America Chavez, 51k Captain Marvel, and 39k on Miss Marvel. The only thing I would say is make sure the tier 4s are into Miss Marvel, because that makes that team so much stronger. Once the tier 4s are in Miss Marvel, she doesn't need to go up a huge amount of power. Obviously, it's nice to have a bigger, but it's not essential. It's just tier 4 in. That, and then the damage output for that team gets redonkulous. Then we move down to the X-Men team. Now we've got an absolutely huge Phoenix, and then quite a small team. So if you wanted to get your blitz scores and your blitz numbers up a little bit, increasing the power of that team for a guaranteed win is never a bad shout. Like, you can't go wrong with the X-Men. The X-Men are one of them teams that are just going to auto win at 8.3 all the time. Mainly because of Phoenix, so that's still going to auto win at 8.3, not a problem, because Phoenix is going to be a beast. But if you wanted to get even more points or even more guaranteed points, bringing up the rest of that team for those guaranteed points. They're never going to be wasted materials. And even with such a small Psylocke there at 36k, it might be worth looking and investing more into Cyclops than it is to Psylocke. Right, then we move down to the OG Brotherhood team. I really love the team, man. I really do. I like the fact that Juggernaut's over there on the far left, or far right, depending on which way you're looking at it, I suppose. Then with Mystique going into stealth, all of a sudden that's not going to be able to chain across a lot of attacks, so I like that. Then we go down to, again, we're using Minerva. So I think Minerva's being used in 2, maybe 3 teams, and this really is a Kree team, and I like that a lot. Now, one thing I would do with Noble is I would probably put Noble over here where Ronan is, and the reason for that is the offense up. The offense up, I think that can grant the offense up to Thanos, and a 59k Thanos coming in offense up, smashing you in the face, probably going to do a little bit of damage. I would imagine. So moving him over, or moving her over, I don't even know what. Is Kree Noble the bird or a bloke? I don't know. I ain't got a clue. Alright, then we move down to a 209k as Guardian team. We've got 43k on Sif, 50k on Hela, 43 on Loki, 37 on Thor, and 34 on Heimdall. I really like this team. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. Solid positioning. You can't really go wrong. I really like a bigger Thor. Thor is definitely one of them ones that the more resources you put in, the harder this is going to be in war to beat. But I really like the team. Absolutely love the team. Power Armor is one of my favourite teams, especially for war offense. Coming in there at 178k, even with 178k, they're going to have really big punch-up opportunities as well, mainly due to War Machine and Falcon. So nothing wrong with that team whatsoever. Then we move down to AIM, 182k on AIM, looking pretty good. These guys are looking very, very, very sparse in the middle. Now, one thing that I would probably say is drop in Infector. Infector, in my mind, doesn't really have a place in this team. Probably, as far as AIM goes, AIM Infector is the one that just goes, get him off, and putting Monstrosity in would be a really good shout. Then we move up to the Wakandans. As I say, now worth farming the Wakandans, and that is a huge, huge Black Panther, or the ability to be a huge Black Panther. At 6 red stars, I would be putting a lot of love into this team. I didn't even clock how many red stars was on him when we first done this. So definitely, he has got the potential to be absolutely ridiculous. And I would be showing him a whole lot of love. Right, then we go down to the 136k Supernatural. Nothing wrong with that. 127k on the Sinister 6. Again, nothing wrong with that. Now, these are teams that I would work on. These are teams that are very, very good. Huge burst damage on both teams. A little bit more sustainability on this one, but huge burst damage on the Sinister 6 team. They work very well as both war defense and war offense, where in my mind the Supernatural team is much more of a war offense team. So if war was more of a staple, more of something that you're looking to work on, these two teams are very, very much worth showing a little bit of love in. Then we go down to the you know what, this team, I still haven't built it. I need to test it out. I need to check it out because this is the Symbiote team, and everyone speaks so highly of it. So I need to show it some love without a shadow of doubt and work out positionings and whatnot. Let me know, guys, if you run a Symbiote team, is that the right positioning? Would you move anyone around? I want to know down below on this Symbiote team. You guys know that is my Achilles heel. So I'm intrigued to find out. Then we go down to 113k on the Hydra team. Now, we know everyone's favourite. We know they're being worked on. What I would say is Hydra is still so good in war, even at lower numbers. I would probably aim to get them to about 150, maybe 180k. Maybe something like level 65 gear tier 10 on all of them, and then stop for a little bit. Stop for a little bit and bring up some of the other teams that are around them. Hydra are beautiful, right? Hydra are a great team, but they're only really good in one aspect of it. You know, they're decent in blitz, don't get me wrong, they're good in blitz, but they're very good in war defense, and that is it. You don't really have much use for them apart from war defense and blitz. So it's almost like working on a team that you never actually get to play with. And that type of grinds my green ears a little bit. It really does. So I would bring them up to about level 65, gear tier 10, maybe gear tier 11 tops, and then leave them be for a little bit. Leave them be, bring on some other teams, you know, bring on some maybe war offense teams, stuff that you're going to have fun with, as opposed to, oh, they're in war defense, let's see how, oh no, they got wiped, but all right, we've dragged out a big team. It doesn't scream of fun, does it? Right, and then we move on down, and this is a fun team. This is a hell of a fun team. 101k on the Fantastic Four, and again, a team that's well worth working on. But it's all about prioritising, right? And so I think the big prioritising at the moment is the Asgardians. Getting the Asgardians up for Black Bolt. That is going to be absolutely massive. It's a shame I can't see all the stars at this point because of the cooldown. So getting this ready for Black Bolt. As many stars on Black Bolt as humanly possible. That would be my main goal, without a shadow of a doubt. Once you've got Black Bolt, Yo-Yo and Black Bolt, as far as an Ultima 7 team goes, absolutely amazing. With Ultron, I've even been running Ultron, Ella, Yo-Yo, Black Bolt, and Scientist Supreme. Now, they're a little bit squishier. You can get all of a sudden, like, you can get into some spots with them. But as a team, like, I can literally clear up to 60% in one attack every time without a problem. So I really like that team. So without a shadow of doubt, Asgardians would be my #1 focus without a doubt. Number 2, where would I be focusing on second? If I wanted to go to war offense, I would go to the Fantastic Four. If I wanted to go war defense, I would get these guys up to probably about 150, 160k, maybe 180k tops, and then I would go to a war offense team, and that would be this one. These guys are all farmable, makes a lot of sense to get them up. Yeah, that would be my main priority. Obviously, whoever you can get, or whoever is ready to go up to gear tier 14 for Dark Dimension, and having that in the back of your mind as this is purely for Dark Dimension, and the fact that you've already got a few of these guys ready. Phoenix is already ready, Iron Fist is ready, Luke Cage is ready, Ultron is super close, Punisher's super close, and Shield Trooper is super close. These guys are all at level 75 already, so it doesn't make sense now to stop going down this path. So Shield Trooper, Minerva as well, if you can get them. Without a shadow of doubt, for Dark Dimension 3. Now, these might not be the best Dark Dimension characters, guys. We know that. You know, we're all well aware that it's so roster applicable that who you're getting up for Dark Dimension 3. And a lot of people are going to argue about Shield Trooper. Oh, he's a waste of mats. As I said at the start of the video, he is a waste of mats without a doubt. Is he going to be used everywhere? No, he's not. But is he a way round the big block, which is the mini uniques? Yes, he is. So it does make a lot of sense. So yeah, Paddy, I really like the roster, man. Doing super well for the days played and the amount of money spent. You're smashing it in Blitz, dude. Definitely a couple of changes that I would make within the teams, and moving some people around and whatnot. But definitely on the right path, my friend. War offense team, Fantastic Four. War defense team, Hydra. Ultima 7 team, get Black Bolt, and that is going to be done through this team. This is also going to be a great war defense team for you. Definitely on the right path, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Guys and girls at home, what would you do if you took over this roster right now? What would your main focus be? I'm intrigued to read it down below. And as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy.